Hey Jesse, Viola here. Thank you so much for taking the time out to click on this video. And thanks for talking with me the other day. I really appreciate the conversation we had. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 3 easy ways that you can improve your website so you can start bringing in more customers. First off, I want to say I love how good looking your website is. I love how bright it is. You do have an immediate call to action here. I do suggest that you add a form for someone to fill out, just for those consumers that don't necessarily like to call right away or like to click on something to get another page. Sometimes they need that instant, so I do suggest you put a form here for people to fill out to get in contact with you. We briefly mentioned these pictures on here. You definitely want to save these pictures as items or keywords that you're trying to be located for. And I'll get into more details with that in a second, but I want you to understand Google doesn't care how good looking your website is. Google cares about the content, the information. So when somebody goes on Google and they type in AC Repair Chandler, Arizona, Google's job is to put them in front of the article that has the most words on it. And 90% of these articles on the home page of Google have at least 1,500 to 1,900 words on it. So you want to increase the content on your home page from about 390 where it's sitting now to 1,500. When we go on this search again and we look up AC Repair in Chandler, you want to take a look at the top competitor, and the number one that keeps popping up is penguinair.com. So I went ahead and I pulled them up in another tab here, and as you can see, first off, they definitely have their call to service. They have it everywhere actually, so you could chat with them and get in contact with them, and the form to fill out. But aside from that, what I found interesting is that their homepage does not have 1,500 words on it, so that definitely tells me that's an area that you guys can dominate and start winning with immediately there. So get the information on the homepage up to at least 1,500. That's going to help. The next thing is I went ahead and put you in this little tool that I use called Ahrefs. You pay a couple hundred a month for it. And it just allows me to look into the back end of a website and see exactly what's going on. So what it's telling me is this is you guys, and you guys have at least nine websites referring back to you at least 28 times. You're getting found for 30 keywords, and not getting too much traffic right now, but that's nothing to scoff at, because honestly there are a lot of business owners who don't even have a website, yet alone have other websites linking back to them. So kudos to you on that, especially considering you just opened back in January last year, so that's a great accomplishment as well too. I went ahead and put the competitor in here, Penguin Air. And as you can see, they have 299 websites linking back to them over 2,000 times. But what I want to talk about right now are the keywords. So these are all the keywords that they're being found for, right? But to simplify it, since we are only talking about Chandler, let's go ahead and just type that in. And now you see what this is telling us is that AC Repair Chandler, Arizona, 150 people are looking for this keyword per month. On Google, they get 53 clients out of that 150 because they're sitting in the #1 position on Google for it. You see how that works? And then when somebody types in AC Repair Chandler, 150 people look for this. They get 20 out of that 150. They're in the #2 position. They actually lost a spot, and I think they lost a spot to the competitor, which I'll go over in a second. And the list goes on and on and on and on. So what's interesting is I noticed that your website does have some of this information on here, but you're not being found for it. So that's telling me that the placement of it on the home page is placed incorrectly, or it's probably placed on a different page and it's not helping the power come to the home page. Aside from that, the other thing I wanted to talk about, let's go back on this page here. I want to talk about backlinks. So a backlink is simply site A pointing to site B, and it's giving site A power. Site is giving site B power because people are using that first site to link back to that site. So the way to win, or the strategy for this area, is I would click on the backlinks that Penguin Air is using, and I'll basically go through this entire list of all the different websites that they have linking back to them, and I'll simply ask for a link on their page. I mean, think about it. If it's working for them, then it's going to work for you. But understand, not all backlinks are created equal. Okay, what do I mean by that? So for example, if there's a link here like this, wall fans price in Nigeria, you see this has nothing to do with air. It has nothing to do with air conditioning in Arizona. Do you understand? So this is obviously, you see these numbers are fairly low because it's not giving it as much power as another, website may be giving it, such as Best 13 Air Balance in Phoenix, Arizona. You see how that works? So these numbers are a lot higher. But again, I would dive in and I'll literally see if I can get a link for everyone that's working for them, because if it works for them, then it's going to work for you, and you'll start seeing some of this organic traffic come your way as opposed to anything less, or all of it going their way, right? And the last thing, content, backlinks, citations. Yes. Okay, so we briefly spoke about this the other day. Right here is the map pack, right? Underneath this, you have 3 businesses, and the way to get found in this area is basically the amount of directories that you're listed in, such as Facebook, Yelp, Angie's List, Yellow Pages, White Pages, etc. Yext. You kind of get the idea. The strategy for here is to find out exactly how many businesses or how many citations your competitor has, and put yourself in those same exact citations and add another 20, 30, 40 on top of that. That way you know you're going to continue to outrank them month after month after month after month. Right, so that's the way to win here. But that's pretty much all I have for you. And in regards to the keywords, saving these photos as different keywords, those are the keywords that I'm speaking in reference to. These keywords that you're trying to be found for. When we clicked in here for Chandler, definitely change out the names on these photos so it can reflect something that you're trying to be found for. Other than that, Jesse, thank you so much for taking the time out to chat with me the other day, and thanks for watching this video. I look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.